and welcome to Beads Jar. My name's Billy, and on today's tutorial I'd like to show you how you can create this Raven Plume double strand necklace. We'll be using the fine silver chain for this project and also the Rosary black chain. We've got our sterling silver, very cute feather charm, a crystal bead, an eye pin, some 4mm jump rings and 5mm jump rings, and tool-wise I've got round nose pliers, side cutters and 2 pairs of flat nose pliers. The first part of this project I'm going to do is half exactly my fine silver chain. So you just want to find the exact middle point, and then using your cutters you're going to cut through the link in the centre, so the centre of the chain, and you're just going to cut away that middle link, so you've got the 2 halves. Okay. Then what you're going to do is open one of your 4mm jump rings. So take one side of the jump ring with 1 pair of pliers, and you want the split of the jump ring facing upwards. So I'm going to hold one side and then I'm going to bring my other pair of pliers across to support this section, and then I'm going to pull one side towards me and push one away, so I've opened the jump ring. That's going to hook onto my feather charm. And you'll notice I didn't let go at all with the right hand, and before I close my jump ring I'm going to actually take the eye pin and the loop on the eye pin and hook it onto my open jump ring. Once the eye pin's on, we're just going to close that back together. So the same way we opened it, we're closing it back, so there's no gap or overlap in the jump ring. Bring the eye pin up to the top, and then I'm going to thread a little crystal on there. That's going to go down to the feather charm, and then we're going to create a loop with the eye pin. So I'm taking my round nose pliers and I'm going to position the pliers directly above the bead. With a nice tight grip in my right hand, I'm going to push the pin at a 90-degree angle away from me. Now I kept my thumb on contact with the pliers at all points, so you're rolling it over at a 90-degree angle. You then want to release the grip of your pliers and reposition them. So I'm releasing the grip and then I'm just going to spiral them so they're on top, so they're actually in the 90-degree angle we've created. You're then going to put your finger behind the pliers, and I'm going to rock that all the way over the top of the pliers and then down to the bead mat. So what we have now is a bit of a question mark shape forming. The pliers come out and then we're going to place them into the loop, nice tight grip, and you're actually going to wrap this tail end around. So we're going under the pliers and then towards the front, and you want to create a spiral downwards as you create your twist. So we've got a bit of a coil going down with the wire. I'm just going to tweak that up a fraction so that when I use my cutters to get this excess wire away, I can get in really nice and tight and take away that excess wire. If you end up with a little lip of wire, you can use your flat nose pliers just to gently tease that in. Be careful because you've got a glass bead and you don't want to crack it. So that's the little pendant made up. And then what we want to do is connect that to the fine chain. So we're going to use one of the 4mm again, and we're going to open it in the same way and connect these 3 components together. So we'll open our jump ring, onto the chain, then the charm, and then your chain. And we're going to close that again. Obviously you could just leave it as the chain with the charm if you don't like the rosary, or if we're adding the next one, we're going to go up to our fastener here at the top. So I'm going to take my rosary and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the beads, and I'm going to cut the link after that. So we're just going to use your cutters to get rid of the link between those. So I have my 5 links of chain. I'm going to do a second one with 5 links as well, and these are going to be my 2 drops for the centre of my necklace. 2, 4, 5. Get that there. And we have our second drop. You're then going to attach the link that we've got here on the rosary to the silver chain. So we're going to use one of the 4mm jump rings again. Quite simply, open that up, hook that onto the silver chain. Excuse my voice. And then onto the rosary. I think my voice has decided to give up on me today. So close that back together. Always check there's no gaps. And then you're going to decide on the length. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. And then we're just going to cut that link away. And then we're going to attach the bit that we have left. Do check there's 23 links. I've actually pre-counted this one, so I do know that there is. And I'm going to attach that to the fastener on that side. 4mm jump ring again. Open that up onto your rosary and onto the fine chain. Okay. So the little fine silver one is going to sit higher up on the necklace than the rosary, and then we want to bring these sections together. And we're going to add our 2 little tassels. I'm just going to bring this up for you to see. And I'm going to use a 5mm jump ring for this bit. So I've just opened this one. And we're going to go through the rosary. Then we've got the drop. Your second drop. And the other side of the rosary, and we'll close that back together. When you wear these, they'll sit so that one is sat higher when you wear the necklace and the other one is hanging lower, and you've got these 2 little sections with the tassel. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see all the latest projects we've done and give us some feedback. Leave us a comment, and if there's something you'd like to see, let us know. Until next time, bye!